All right, y'all. Let's talk about it. Coach Prime's Colorado team was handed their first loss of the season as they lost 42-6 against Oregon in what Coach Prime called a good old-fashioned butt whooping. But I want to take a look at some of the discourse that has been happening outside of the game. Analyst Keyshawn Johnson said that he heard that multiple coaches were giving information to Oregon just so that they can beat Colorado, a team that was undefeated until that point, but only won one game last year. And the only changes that they made were bringing on Deion Sanders, and, he brought his crew with him overall, but y'all that afraid of a team that only won one game last year? Now I get it. Colorado's been talking a lot of stuff as the season started, and rightfully so, because a lot of people doubted them, and they just proving people wrong. And y'all can glow back and everything, just like in this picture right here and everything. But to say that y'all were giving information just to beat a team that only won one game last year, that's a little crazy. But Deion Sanders, he took it like a pro. Coach Prime said, "We are all accountable for this. Let's start with me." And he also said, "I know I have on shades, but I can see the future and it looks good." He's consistent. He's always stayed the same. So if y'all want to hate on him, hate on him. And if you hate on him now after you was loving him before, then get off the boat ride, because this ride isn't meant for you. This is meant for people who really believe. And he's been saying that ever since day one, whether they win or lose. He's going to keep the same attitude. And, y'all just got to deal with it. This is something new for the college football world. And honestly, I'm excited to see what happens moving forward. Colorado definitely has some things that they need to attend to, like their offensive line, as well as just some defensive things overall. But they have a good team. They're building something. And Coach Prime has got these guys primed and ready, pun intended, for what's to come next. We'll see what happens against the USC game. And until then, let's just enjoy the ride. All right, y'all. Let's talk about it. That was the video of a shooting that happened during the Milwaukee Lutheran versus Pius high school football game in my hometown of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The authorities are on the lookout for 5 suspects in connection with the shooting, and honestly, this is just really a sad sight to see, because if you see in that video, one of the kids literally didn't even know how to handle the fact that a shooting happened. They stayed on the ground, and thankfully, his teammates came to get him. It's like, "Yo, come on, get up, we gotta go," and everything. But to see that this is happening at a high school football game is absolutely insane during a homecoming game. And now Milwaukee Lutheran's high school homecoming events, amidst other events that happened during the weekend, had to be canceled because of that. And Pius, the opposing team, came out with a whole statement about it, talking about the mental and physical welfare of their students and the faculty and the staff and all that type of stuff and everything. And thankfully, nobody was hurt. But again, this is absolutely ridiculous. It's baffling to me that this happened at a high school game, a homecoming high school game. They will not be able to attend their homecoming anymore. Do you know how saddening that is? That you can't attend something that is basically a given in high school because of someone else's foolish actions to shoot at your game. You were just trying to play football, enjoy a football game, and now you can't even do that and be able to finish that game. Like, literally, this is absolutely ridiculous. And I thought these things were supposed to happen at a high school game. Why are you shooting up a high school game? That just doesn't make sense to me. And it's honestly concerning that this even happened in the first place. Now, I'm glad that the officers and the authorities acted quickly and they're still acting on it. But come on, y'all. We got to do better as a community. This is where I'm from. And honestly, we can't have this happen moving forward. This is a one-time thing, hopefully. But let's make sure that it never happens again. And I hope it's not happening anywhere else around the country or even further outside of that. I pray that the suspects are found and that we can move forward sooner rather than later. All right, y'all. Let's talk about it. Damian Lillard has finally been traded, but not to the Miami Heat, but my Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks get Damian Lillard, the Suns get Yusuf Nurkic, and the Blazers get DeAndre Ayton. Wow. The Bucks get Dame. The Blazers get Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, Tumani Kamara, a 2029 first-round picks from the Bucks, and a 2 pick swaps from the Bucks as well. And the Suns, who I think have really, they're the underrated thing about this trade. They got Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, and Keon Johnson. That is a dub for them because, as y'all know, they lost a lot of depth to get Bradley Beal after losing Chris Paul and everything. They just got all these different players just for DeAndre Ayton. That's amazing. The Blazers are still looking to move Drew Holiday moving forward, but getting DeAndre Ayton is a steal for them as well. They got a pick. They got the pick swaps. This is a phenomenal trade for all 3 teams involved. The fact that the Bucks got to pull off this deal, John Horst got to pull off this deal without including Bobby Portis and Pat Connaughton and any other assets besides that first-round pick, we literally just got, but we don't need because Damian Lillard is locked down for 4 more years. And we just have an open roster spot now as well. We got an upgrade at point guard. We could use our young guys and put them in at that shooting guard position where Grayson Allen was. This is a great trade, a phenomenal trade. I'm excited to see what's happening next in the NBA as a whole and not even just in Milwaukee. It's going to be an exciting season with a lot of different stars and a lot of different places. And, you know, I can't wait to see what happens. Drew is most likely going to be moved out of Portland to somewhere else. But yeah, this is going to be a great season, and I know Jimmy is salty.
NBA, man, y'all need to look into the Bucks for tampering. Y'all do. I'm just going to put that out there. Y'all didn't hear it from me, but I heard it through somebody. Y'all look at them for tampering.
All right, y'all. Let's talk about it. So the U.S. Senate has now passed a new bipartisan bill to enforce business attire on the chamber floor. This comes after Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer chose to stop enforcing the once unwritten rules about having business attire. So he chose to wear business casual. Here's what he had to say.
Comfort, basically. And, you know, it's kind of hard to find suits, you know, kind of this size too. And I believe that it's not the person that is made by how they dress as well too. I mean, yet you're still willing to speak to me, and I'm in a hoodie, and you're in a suit. You know, if you would have showed up, you know, dressed like Spider-Man, I still would have been delighted to speak to you because I know you're a professional, and I'm delighted to do that. So, and particularly our staffers, you know, are not well paid here in DC, and they work very, very hard, and that is a major financial burden, you know, including dry cleaning as well too. You know, I have a dynamic staff. I don't care what they're dressed in too. It's like as long as they're comfortable and, you know, continue to serve our nation.
Senator Schumer also said after the bill was passed, though we've never had an official dress code, the events over the past week have made us all feel as though formalizing one is the right path forward. I deeply appreciate Senator Fetterman working with me to come to an agreement that we all find acceptable. And of course, I appreciate Senator Manchin and Senator Romney's leadership on the issue. Now, back in 2017, there actually was a relaxation on the attire, and that's why it was like an unwritten rule ever since then, because women wanted to wear sleeveless shirts because they're not the same as the men. The type of attire depends on the person and the gender in this case. So what do you guys think in terms of the workplace, whether that's the Senate floor, whether that's a production company or an investment firm and things of that nature? Do you feel as though you need to wear a super business attire in order to go to work, especially with how things are running nowadays? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. All right, y'all. Let's talk about it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the Afro-American people.
Just 5 seconds of a 1-minute commercial.
And then that's when people started to realize that this actually wasn't a good thing.
The subject of the spot, critical race theory, CRT for short.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT.
So that video was an ad from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, from a company called Be Good to Kids, LLC, that was against CRT, aka critical race theory. So the teacher in the video, Angela Harris, is a Martin Luther King Jr. elementary school teacher. Now, when she first posted that video, it was in 2022. And then the guy in the video, his name is Corey Yeshua, is a black conservative influencer, and his video was posted in 2021. These videos were combined together, lacking a lot of context regarding CRT in general. First of all, the video of the teacher is actually a pledge of allegiance not to CRT or anything of that nature. It's something that they uniquely do at their school. Check out this video.
First, we do the Pledge of Allegiance to the American flag, and then we do the Pledge of Allegiance to the Pan-African flag, which was created by Marcus Garvey. And in that pledge, we talk about how we want to seek peace, generate unity, and take care of our community.
Here's the rest of that pledge.
Under God, I will protect freedom, seek peace, honor our ancestors, and encourage and support the development and prosperity of people of African descent.
Second of all, everybody attacked her for this video in 5 seconds of her full 35-second video in 2022. And since the start of the NFL season, when this was first aired originally, she's been harassed even more. She even had to hire a service just to get her personal information off of the internet. These are the type of things that happen when you lack context. Third of all, critical race theory is not what a lot of people think it actually is. It's not something that's just going to be taught at elementary schools. It's too much of an advanced topic. It's a deep study of how racism is more of a sociological thing rather than a biological thing. It is a social construct, and how that social construct ended up shaping the country for what it is. Usually the United States, but it can be used for other countries as well. And also, again, the two videos literally have nothing to do with each other. So for the fact that Be Good to Kids LLC used that as a way to show that you shouldn't be teaching critical race theory, it has nothing to do with it. And then you use it on top of that, and you're harassing this woman who literally is just doing her job. It is very disturbing to me that a lot of people don't understand a lot of things, and then they just attack people. And even if they did do something wrong, you don't just attack people. Social media has given people power, and not a good amount of power. And it is very just disturbing to see where we're going as a country. Critical race theory is an advanced topic. It's not something that's just going to be taught at elementary schools, okay? And anyway, critical race theory is just an expansion of regular history, because race is a part of the very fabric of this country and overall countries in general. You can't teach history without including racism and slavery. All right, y'all, let's talk about it. So the NFL has changed their gambling policy, and now it is a 1-year suspension for gambling on NFL games, a 2-year suspension for gambling on your own NFL team, and a total ban from the NFL for fixing a game. And you can check out more rules in this new policy on this NFL article, because as you can see, they're also reinstating the previous people that they had suspended before the start of the season. Now, you can tell that the NFL is a little bit behind on these gambling policies and everything, but clearly they're sick of it after Calvin Ridley amidst other NFL players. Now, is a 1 or 2 year suspension a lot? It kind of depends, because they could potentially be devaluing the product or, ruining the product. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is 1 year too much? Is 2 years too much? Let me know. All right, y'all, let's talk about it. The Boston Celtics have swooped in and stolen Jrue Holiday for Malcolm Brogdon, Robert Williams, and 2 future first-round picks unprotected. Now, in the process, they have gutted their roster, but they have one of the best, if not the best, starting lineup in the NBA right now. And this is a perfect trade for them to match the Damian Lillard trade that the Bucks literally just did a few days ago. Here's how all of their potential rosters stack out. This is the Celtics' potential depth chart, but they might end up moving Derek White into the starting lineup and replacing Al Horford and just sliding everybody down one position. And this is also the Bucks' potential 10-man depth chart after they just recently signed Campaign to be their backup point guard, which was the only position they were truly lacking in. Overall, both these teams are stacked. The Bucks have one of the best potential pick-and-roll duo in the whole league. And the Boston Celtics have one of the best perimeter teams in the whole league as well. And the defense and the two-way playing is going to be insane for them. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to come out in the East. Will it be the Bucks? Will it be the Celtics? Will it be somebody random like the Miami Heat or the Cavaliers? I don't know, but this NBA season is going to be crazy. All right, y'all, let's talk about it. Is it just me, or has there been a lot of bear sightings / attacks recently? Now, this one was at Banff National Park in Canada on Friday, where a grizzly bear killed a couple and their dog. And later that night, the rangers were able to respond and kill and put down the bear. But if you've been scrolling social media like me, you've seen a few more bear videos than you're used to seeing around this time of year, like these.
I'm chilling, cool, rolling. No, I just want to.
Now, at first, I thought it was happening because of lack of hibernation and global warming. But after doing a little bit of research, some of the reasons are because there are more humans in bear natural habitats, especially since COVID, because people have more free time. And also because of the advanced technology that we have now, we have more cameras and things of that nature as well. So you see more bears when you usually wouldn't see it because they would come in your backyard or something like that, but then you just wouldn't know. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is really abnormal? Like, have you guys seen any bears around? Like, let me know what you guys think down below. All right, y'all, let's talk about it.
What Giannis has said and what he believes is completely aligned with what we believe and what we say, and more importantly, I think what we do. And contrary to some of the headlines, he hasn't said anything unique or different or new than what he's ever said.
Now, that was Bucks general manager John Horst's comments on Giannis's comments, especially the ones pre-Damian Lillard trade about him signing the extension, which he said he's not going to sign it because the money doesn't make sense and he would make more money signing an extension in the offseason. Now, a lot of media members, especially pre-Damian Lillard trade, were all like, why would you not sign the extension? And that's disrespectful for you to do this. Or Giannis is going to go to the Lakers. I got to hear it from cousins and family and all that stuff. But if you're a Bucks fan, this is nothing really new. He said this 3 years ago in 2020 as well. He literally said he wants to stay with the same team, which is the Bucks, as long as we're winning. This is something that Giannis always says consistently. He is a loyal person, but he's also a businessman. The NBA is a business, and Giannis wants to win. So as long as the interests align, then he's going to stay with wherever that team is. That's just how it is. And us media members, we have to look at history and all that stuff before we go out and just say things just to say it. Now, of course, he's one of the greatest players. We get that, and it'd be exciting to see him in other places. But for us to overreact every single time this comes up, it's kind of irritating, and honestly, it lacks a little bit of taste. What do you guys think down below in the comments, though?